In the far north, there are islands, where sea and land become one. Sand, stone, water and sky shift together like liquid, eternally in a state of in-between, where movement is constantly balanced with calm. In this place, you will find the mother of the sea. During the summer months, she soothes the water of the islands. She fills the sea with all manner of life. She delivers fair winds to travel on. She provides for the islands. The mother of the sea, however, has an enemy, Tyran. He is fierce and rageful, and wishes only to darken the sea. He seethes with bitterness, chained to the bottom of the ocean, while the mother of the sea reigns and brings prosperity. But when the summer is over, Tyran grows strong and breaks the chains that bind him. With his freedom, he brings storms, darkness, and sorrow. So powerful is his wrath that he forces the mother of the sea from the ocean to land, for she is too weak to fight his hatred. When the spring returns, she will have regained her strength, and once again return to the sea. There, she will beat Tyran and imprison him once more, resigning him to the depths. And thus, it persists, in a continual battle, raging every year as the seasons change. Our story takes place at the beginning of spring, when Tyran is again confined to the seafloor and the sea is full of life. On the northernmost island of Scotland lived a young lighthouse keeper. His lighthouse was worn by weather and waves, but very much cared for. His life was solitary, and as such, he spent most of his time fulfilling his commitment to warn ships at sea. After the lighthouse, the young keeper took a small fishing boat and enjoyed the beauty of the vast ocean. He would gaze at the fish under the water and delight in the shadows of seals darting in and out from under his keel. He often marvelled what it would be like to live in their world, to swim so easily in the waters below. When the night came, his home was filled with the sound of crashing waves and wind, and the melody of the sea would lull him to sleep, and he would be at peace. When the moon was full and his grief overwhelmed him, he would sit on a rock by the sea and stare into its dark waters, his loneliness looming over him as a shadow. One night, as he sat with his loneliness, he spied a large shell. A perfect spiral, but with 4 evenly placed holes. For reasons unknown to him, his soul swelled, and he felt compelled to pick it up. Placing his fingers over the holes, he blew into the shell. His loneliness left him. Each night he returned and blew the shell, and always on the 3rd blow the creature appeared to answer him. On the 7th night the keeper blew his shell, but his call was unanswered. He blew and blew until he had no more breath to give. But the creature did not show. Defeated, and feeling the shadow of his loneliness once more, he went home. There, in the doorway, a beautiful woman with raven hair. In her arms was a shimmering silver skin, for she was a selkie, the creature who had been answering his call. She handed him her skin, instructing him to keep it safe. In return, she would stay with him a while to ease his loneliness. The keeper took the skin and carefully hid it away in a chest. For 6 years, the pair lived in joy and peace. And during this time, the Mother of the Sea and Tiran continued their battle year after year. In the summer, they celebrated life, tending to the garden. Winter months, they celebrated death and stood on the top of the lighthouse and watched the northern lights, the merry dancers whose souls had passed over into the next world. Showed her the wonders of the land, like the standing stones that were once great giants, turned to stone many years ago. In return, she showed him the wonders of the sea. 7th year, something started to change. The woman started to grow thin and pale, her once raven hair fading and becoming dull and brittle. She had been on land for too long, denying the call of the sea. It became clear she must return to the sea and live, or stay on the shore with her love and die. The lighthouse keeper sat for hours at night, staring at the locked chest, holding her skin, not knowing what to do. When morning came, he placed the skin gently in her hands. The lighthouse keeper sat on a stone, looking out into the dark waters. When the moon was full, the carvings on his shell would light, and he would call out to the sea. Many dark figures would greet him, bobbing in the water. And no longer afraid, he finally let his loneliness embrace him, as if he were welcoming an old friend.